Welcome back to WTOL 11 Your Day. I'm Ryan Brandt. It takes a lot of hard work to get the top of your retirement mountain, but when it comes to preparing for the path down, there are a lot of complicated and dangerous paths. Joining me now is Josh Maley, a partner with Golden Reserve, a Toledo area retirement planning firm that helps people in or nearing retirement. Josh is also a popular radio show host. Josh, thanks a lot for joining us once again.
Good morning, Ryan. Thanks for having me.
All right, so there are a lot of things to watch for coming out of retirement. What are some of those?
Yeah, I think, you kind of said it, right? That path down the retirement mountain. And we like to think about, your financial life as a trip up and down a mountain. And you spend your working years getting up the mountain, and you spend your retirement years really making your way down the mountain. And unfortunately, what we know is that on the way down the mountain, there are some things that we need to prepare for. And we call those our retirement boulders. And those are things that, we often see get missed by your traditional financial advisors. Things like taxes, paying taxes on those IRA accounts, and long-term care and market risk and the fees you're paying. Those are all things we got to make sure we watch out for on the way down, or those boulders can trip us up.
Yeah, definitely taxes is something we all forget about. What kind of financial difference could we be looking at with taxes?
Yeah, if you think about it, most people don't realize, but that IRA account, that big 401k that you've been saving a lifetime, putting money away, if you have, let's say, $500,000 inside that IRA account, you could be looking at, $150,000, $200,000 tax bill on that money if you don't plan the right way. And that's a pretty big hit, right? When you think about how much in true dollars that is, that's pretty meaningful and pretty impactful. And if we're not planning the right way on the best way to take that money out of those IRA accounts without worrying about paying such a high tax rate, we could really be in trouble.
Okay, you always think about taking trips, having fun with your retirement money, but then there's that long-term care. That could be the largest expense, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could. That's not one that most people plan for, unfortunately. When we talk about, you said taking trips, having fun in retirement, those are the retirement dreams, right? There's not a lot of people that sit down and say, I really want to make sure that I pay for long-term care in retirement, but it happens. And we know that, there's a good likelihood that, that as you age, you're going to need some form of long-term care assistance over your lifetime. And so if it's not planned for, that cost can be huge. We know it's approaching about $100,000 a year right now for 1 year in a nursing home. Average stay is about 3 years. So now we're talking about $300,000. Multiply that by two spouses if both would have to go into a nursing home facility or need some form of assistance, and that can be pretty disastrous to your retirement portfolio.
Now, Josh, why do these boulders get missed?
I think a lot of times, unfortunately, we rely on guides to get us up and down the mountain, just like we do when we're actually climbing a real mountain. And the guides that most people are using today, unfortunately, those traditional financial advisors, they're just not preparing for these boulders the right way. And if they are, or if they're trying to assist, they might not have the right tools or expertise, unfortunately, to kind of prepare, because they're truly just focused on that climb up. They're focused on savings and growing your investments, and that's great while you're working and while you're getting ready to retire. But we've got to make sure that we're preparing for those boulders on the way down. Things like long-term care, things like taxes, those things that they're missed and they're not planned for the right way. Unfortunately, it can be pretty costly.
Now, what's the best way to start and end on the correct path?
I think the first thing is make sure that you have the right planner, right? Make sure that you have the right person that's kind of by your side, that's going to help you focus on these things, right? You got to have somebody that kind of understands the retirement world and understands exactly what's going to go on, what's going to happen to you as you kind of make your way through retirement. So that's step one. And then make sure that the planner you're working with has the right guides working with them as well, right? People like elder care attorneys that can often be some of the best resources as we kind of navigate that long-term care boulder. Those elder care attorneys can be a really good resource for us to be able to help create a plan. The CPAs to help us create a tax plan so we can minimize the effects of the taxes that we're paying on the IRA. So it's not only about having the right planner for you, but also having the right planner that knows where to go and get help.
For you at home, if you want to learn more about making sure you're on the right path in retirement, Josh has a great offer for you. Right now, for the first 5 callers with a portfolio of $250,000 or greater, he's offering a complimentary roadmap for retirement. This will allow Josh's team of retirement planners to sit down with you to assess where you are, then build a plan that covers taxes, market risks, investment fees, and long-term care costs. It's your own roadmap to get down the retirement mountain safely. Call 419-749-6780.
Josh, this sounds really cool. Tell us a little bit more about this special offer.
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, we'd love to sit down with people and kind of, gauge and assess where they are and are they ready for those boulders. We've got our offices in the Toledo area. We've also got an office down in the Findlay area. We'd love to have you in. And like I said, go through each one of these boulders, show you how they might impact your retirement, and make sure that you have a plan ready to go.
All right, Josh, thanks so much for joining us, and to Golden Reserve for joining us as well.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, Ryan.
All right. WTOL 11 Your Day is back in just a moment.